Hey guys, what's up? My name is Kayla and welcome to my channel. If you are new, I do all kinds of stuff, kind of just whatever God leads me to do. I know it's been a while since I posted. I mainly do prophetic videos. That is my, I feel like, greatest calling. So I know it's been a while. I feel like it's one thing after another, guys. For those that do watch my videos, I ended up going on a cruise. I was gone for about 10 days and got back a few days later. I was gonna, make some videos and I had some free time. Well, I ended up getting the flu. So that was beginning of February. I got the flu and I'm just kind of starting to get over it. I'm still kind of dealing with it somewhat. So if my voice sounds a little weird, that's why. On top of allergies here in Florida, it's horrible, the bees and the pollen and whatnot. Anyway, so usually I have a guideline for my videos, but not really today. I'm kind of getting on here and just winging it, but I know what I feel like God is wanting me to talk about. I know He's wanting me to finish and to continue my 31 days of wisdom, and I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that, but like I said, it's one thing after another. I've been dealing with so much, and in the process I've been creating some things, guys, that I'm super excited about. By the way, thank you to all of you that have been donating to my ministry. I promise it goes to good use while traveling. I know me and my mom make these crosses for rearview mirrors. I don't think I have one on hand. I'm not sure if I've showed them before, but I buy stuff to make these crosses. I buy salvation tracts. I give out all kinds of stuff and I make all kinds of stuff. Also, God's been having me create some Christian content that I'm going to be excited to share with you guys. This isn't specifically for YouTube, but this is like design content for like just digital design. You guys will see eventually. Excited. I've been in the works of that while being sick and getting in there with God. Anyway, so I have a prophetic word for today. I have a prophetic word, and also I'm gonna try to do a declaration with this prophetic word. Now, this isn't for everyone. I need to make that very clear. This prophetic word, test the spirit, go to God yourself. I'm not God. And just because you hear this and come into agreement with this prophetic word doesn't mean it's for you. That can lead to hopelessness and disappointment and all kinds of stuff. So you got to make sure you go to God yourself, you get confirmation, hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? So go to God. Anyway, prophetic word, I'm gonna kind of share with you guys how I got this. So this was back in August. Back in August, I was going through a really hard time, so overwhelmed by demonic attacks because I was doing so much for the Lord. Anyway, so there was a month or two where I had many encounters with the Lord. And at this point, it was the beginning of August. I think it was August 4th. I wrote this down. I wrote it down at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, I end up getting on, I think, Facebook or Instagram, and I saw some things that I didn't like at all. And so I had seen some things that I know God had promised me the opposite. And there's a point to this, and it's going to speak into this prophetic word for some of you guys. So I was seeing the opposite of what God had promised me, and because of it, and because I had been waiting so long for this promise, I feel like I was being spiritually attacked. God's not going to keep this promise. I'm seeing the exact opposite. doubting, am I even hearing from God? You know, and because of this doubt, I was acting out of rebellion, because I'm like, I don't even know if I'm like hearing from God at this point. Like, I'm seeing the exact opposite, and I'm doing all these things, and I'm trying to pass all these tests, and I'm, you know, doing everything I feel like God's calling me to do, and I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing the exact opposite. So it was really at a point, and maybe some of you guys can relate, that's why I'm sharing this. It was at a point where I would be going through a really hard time, and I would be like, it's like the enemy had me on the ground, and then I would see something like that, and it would be like the enemy just like, me already being on the ground and the enemy just kicking me right in the face, basically. Anyway, I wake up at about, I want to say 2 o'clock in the morning, and I see this, and it makes me very upset. And I'd experienced before, previously, the acting out of rebellion because of seeing this specific thing, right? And, but I was progressing and getting better. So this time I see it, and I'm like, not really as affected by it, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm just gonna completely give it to you. You know, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of worrying about it. I'm just giving it to you. And it was like instantly I started smelling a floral fragrance, right? And it was amazing. This has only happened to me once or twice. I start smelling this floral fragrance, and all of a sudden I start hearing, and I wrote this down. Now this is back in August, remember? So I was very confused the next day when I really got up and was re-looking over what I wrote down. So I wrote down 2:1 begins a process, and then I wrote 2:12, we will begin to see the resurrection of our promises, where goals and assignments will begin to be unveiled, right? I start seeing things for my own life. You know, God showed me countries, and he was just speaking things into my situation a little bit, but not unveiling like what I would be doing, or, you know, he just gave me like a tiny bit, okay? I hear, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Like, that's how it ended. Are you ready? And so, you know, I believe this is a time where God is about to start revealing assignments and things. He's been preparing us. He's been molding us and shaping us for specific tasks and things that he is wanting done in his kingdom, for specific promises. And I believe these are going to be things that we have been complaining about. We've been begging for. We've been, where is it, God? Where is it? Almost like things that we aren't fully convinced that God's going to pull through with. That we aren't fully convinced that God's going to actually do, because we've been waiting so long and we haven't seen anything. Whether it be salvation for specific family members, or it be, you know, God told you he's going to get you into a new house, or he's going to bring you a husband, or he's going to make it to where, you know, you are going to start having children, but you've been trying for children and aren't seeing it, just like Abraham. You know, there's so many promises. David, he was anointed to become king 30 years before he ever became king, but he was in the process of running. The devil was after him and was trying to kill him, and Saul was after him, and, you know, he was going through this process of being molded and shaped for 30 years. He went through, you know, complete hell before it ever really happened. But it was a process of building his character and preparing him to be fit for this position. And I'm here to declare that we are going to start seeing the resurrection of our promises. I decree and declare that God is going to start moving in our lives and revealing assignments and tasks that He has for us. But I'm here to say, and I'm speaking to myself too, are you ready? Are you really ready? Because God's not going to want to hear you complain and, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. You need to make sure you're ready. You need to pray about it, and you need to start seeking God, because these things that you've been begging for, you've been waiting for, you've been complaining about, you've been praying on, you got to make sure you're ready, because God always goes above and beyond what we may ask or think, and His word doesn't return to Him void, right? So make sure you're ready. And like I said, I'm speaking to myself on this too. Make sure you're ready. We got to make sure we're ready, so that we don't get so overwhelmed where we just reject the promise and what God is wanting to do in our life, right? So yeah, I am just here to decree and declare that God is going to start moving on our behalf in specific promises, and revealing to us tasks, assignments, purposes, and just speaking to you guys on what He's calling you to do in this upcoming season. Whether it's job-wise, maybe you've been like, I don't know what you want me to do with my life, God. Maybe He's going to start revealing to you, and you're going to get job opportunities, and it's going to be going through the roof. You need to make sure you're prepared and that you are well rested and prayed up. Your spiritual health is prepared. Your physical and mental health, you're prepared, so that it's not too much for you, and that you can excel in what God is calling you to do. Because He doesn't want us to live in poverty. He doesn't want us to be depressed. He doesn't want any of these bad things the enemy tries to place on us. He doesn't want us to be overwhelmed. He wants us to be able to steward what He's given us well. Okay? So, I'm sorry guys, I haven't been posting with all that's going on. And then on top of that, working, like I'm heading to work now. And then with my YouTube videos, unfortunately, I gotta recreate a intro video. And so that's gonna take some time. These videos take time to record. It's a lot of work, but I appreciate all of you guys that comment, that donate to my ministry, that like my videos, that subscribe, that share them. Thank you guys so much. You are part of the reason I do this still, and God, of course, but you guys really motivate me. I've been going through emails. I've been seeing, what you guys email me. I've been praying for you. I read all of the comments. I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, give it a thumbs up. The more you guys like, comment, and share my videos, the more it puts my videos out there for other people to see, Christians and non-Christians alike. And so I really appreciate that. Anyway, one last time, are you ready? Because God's coming. For some of you guys, God's coming. And He's coming to answer some things. Are you ready? Alright guys, I'll be back as the Spirit leads. Bye guys.